Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and a new video on Saxlingham. It's not the best day today. It's turned into a bit of a wet day in September, so we're not going to be harvesting at all, and actually we only have a small amount left to harvest anyway, this bottom bit of this field, which is soybeans, but that won't be ready until the next month. I'm thinking we probably won't need this auger wagon chaser bin anymore, so I think we're going to return that, because just for the sake of that tiny end of the field it's not worth keeping it for another day. So it is leased, this, so we can just get rid of it. Somebody said it was probably a little bit big anyway for what we needed, so maybe next time we'll get a smaller one, or maybe not bother with it at all. But anyway, we'll see next time. It'll be next harvest, so it'll be in a year's time. What we do have to do today though is get these two fields planted ideally, so we're going to try and get on with that today. Probably get the helper to get on with that, and while I go and do a contract or something. Trying to build up my reputation with Walter here, because we're trying to get this 50% discount, or at least as big a discount as we can on this field to be able to buy it, or any fields really, but yeah, that's probably the first one I'm going to go with because it's the closest to the farm. Maybe not buy it at the moment though, because it's got a sugar beet crop in it, which that would take a bit of time to harvest, so we maybe won't be buying it until that field is empty, or we could just plough it in I suppose, but that'd be a shame. But yeah, that is the plan I think at the moment. Oops, yeah, that didn't look what was coming, so pull it out in front of that van. Yeah, so what I'm going to go and do now is take this back to the yard, and we're going to pick up the seed drill, and I'm going to set the helper off with the drilling in one of the two fields at the farm. Probably should check to make sure that they're okay for lime, because I haven't actually checked that. They should be. I know you are technically supposed to lime, or in the game, in real life you certainly wouldn't do this, but not normally anyway, but in the game I think you do benefit from liming every year, spraying lime every year, but it does seem a little bit unnecessary. I think we'll probably get away with it because we did do it last year, so I think we should be alright without liming it, but we'll check that anyway and just see what it says the pH is once we've started drilling the wheat and the barley. I think we're going to do wheat and barley. We need to focus on crops for chicken feed I suppose at the moment, to make sure that we've got some in the ground for next year, because we don't want to run out of chicken feed. And we also will grow some more canola I think, and maybe some more soybeans as well, we'll see. But yeah, we've got quite a few things to get in the ground, so yeah, we'll make a start now. Let's wait for that car to go past. There we go. Let's turn in and we'll get the seed drill on, which is in one of these sheds. I think it's the one on the left. Have we finished with the auto stacker? I can't remember now. I think we've brought all the bales back that we need to from our fields anyway, unless we do I think I said last time, if we do a contract we might need it again, but I don't think we need any more bales bringing back from our own land at the moment, so could return that as well maybe, but we'll see. I won't return it just yet. Right, so we've got wheat in the drill, we'll get that unfolding, and we'll head up to what was a canola field last year. Okay, so this is pH value good, so yeah, I think basically it should be, well, excellent is what you want to be aiming for, but good is still okay, so we're going to stick with good I think. Let's just check the map. Yep, so that was a canola field, so we'll do that at 1 wheat. We might do this field 7 as canola, and then field 3 we could do as wheat or barley I suppose, and then this one we could do as canola next year, and then hopefully field 8 as well. We're hoping to harvest field 8 next year ourselves. I'm hoping to own that by next year. I think we will do. So anyway, yes, so here we are. We're going to get the helper to make a start on this, because it's going to be quite a slow job and I don't want to spend all episode drilling. So we'll get the helper to do this field with wheat, and I will go and look at the contracts, because there are quite a few contracts available, and I want to try and increase our, like I said earlier, our Walter disposition, if you want to call it that, with the contract boost. Is it? No, not contract boost. Discount on the fields, basically. We want to get that, so we're going to borrow the items for that contract, the fertilizer contract, and try and get that up to, it'll be 15. I think it's 15% discount. Yeah, it'll be 15% when we've done this contract. So yeah, where is it? Let's go. There it was. We've got our nice, not my perfect machine, but it's still a pretty good one. The perfect one is the broadcast spreader, the one that spreads out the discs at the back. rather than the one, this is the one with the boom that unfolds, which is a little bit more restrictive and not quite as wide, but it's still a good one. It's still like this machine. It's basically the same chassis and everything, it's just a different back. But I will try and make the use of this one whenever I get it in a contract, because it's always good. Put a bit more in just in case, because we might do another contract. There we go, that'll be certainly more than enough fertiliser there to get this field done at least. So I will head off there now and we'll get that contract done. There we go, so that's done. We get a 15% discount now on the field, so that is excellent. We could do another one as well if there is one available. Let's have a look. Oh, there isn't any more for Walter, that's a shame. Not for fertiliser anyway. He's got a couple of harvesting jobs which we could potentially do when the rain stops, but I think we're probably not going to be able to get them done before the rain moves away, or you know, it's going to be too wet, I think, and by that time it'll be a new month. The contract will have expired. So it's probably not likely that we'll be able to get the harvesting jobs done for him. We've got a ploughing job, but again, it's going to take a long time, that. Yeah, it probably is a bit too big, that. Not as big as that one, though. Wow. We've got a sowing job, yeah, that potentially I suppose we could do. Spraying would have to get a different machine. That's a shame there's no more fertiliser jobs for Walter. I suppose we could do some for David, though, because they're pretty quick jobs actually. We'll soon get a better discount with him doing these jobs, because these are all very quick jobs, and we could use the spray that we've got, or the machine we've got now. We'll start with the best one. We won't borrow the items, we don't need to, so that'll save us £1,000. We're going to accept that. I know it's not the correct NPC to be working for, but it's I think it's still worth doing, because I'm sure we'll be buying one of David's fields at some point, if not even first maybe, so yeah, we might do. So we'll have to see on that, but yeah, let's go and do that contract over there. Also, actually, before we go and do that, let's just tip a bit more wheat into the chickens' feed trough and move the pallets of canola oil which we've got, because there's a few spawn now and we need to make sure that spawn area is clear for more to spawn, because it's not the biggest spawn area in the world for these mills at all. So yeah, we'll get these moved out of the way so that more can spawn, because these are my first ever canola oil pallets on this map from this mill. So we'll get these moved. Probably another one spawn straight away, I imagine, because I think it's working pretty quick. Maybe not. But either way, yeah, we'll get these all moved, and then we'll get on with that next fertiliser contract. Oh, well, that's interesting. It says you've reached the maximum discount for David, which means 25% is the most we can get from him. Then that's interesting. So I thought it was 50%, but maybe it varies depending on the NPC or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, we've got a 25% discount. That's better than nothing. It's a shame there are only 2 characters in this game, in this map, because yeah, it's always either David or Walter, so we can't work other people's sort of discounts more as well. Just 2, but never mind. So we'll have to look for a field that David owns where we can get that we can afford, that we can get a discount. This is going to be too expensive, whatever. But yeah, I'm sure there are some fields which he owns which we could potentially buy that are of decent soil type. Of course, that one isn't. But I'll have a look around at some point and have a look to see if any of them are good enough. That one's not too bad. That's Walter again, though. Yeah, I've got the best discount with David at the moment, so. Field 35 is. How much is that one? Ah. Okay, they're all quite expensive. Quite far too expensive, really. That's why I was going to go for Field 8, because it's a decent, well, it's a reasonable soil type. That one's a good one. That's David's field. But again, yeah, we can't afford that one. Yeah, we need a lot more money, even with the discount. Anyway, we'll collect those 2 contracts. I think we'll, there's no point doing that last one of David's because we're not going to get any increased discount on that. I don't think so. We'll collect these 2. Need to focus on more of Walter's contracts really, because that's the field that I want to get first, ideally. But who knows? We might not get one of Walter's. We might get one of David's first. Who owns these ones? Yeah, they're Walter as well. Yeah. Anyway, the helper has just finished actually with the drilling, so we can move that on to the next field. This one needs rolling though, so we do need to get that done. So what should I do? Should I... oh, I've just realised. I forgot to unload the fertiliser from the spreader. Oh, we lost that a bit there. Never mind, it's not the end of the world, but yeah, I was hoping to save that, and we didn't save it, oh dear. Well, not to worry. We've got plenty of fertiliser. We can get some more as well in the future. We'll do another fertiliser job and we'll get some more back. So it's not too bad. But yeah, I was hoping to get the extra fertiliser out of that, but yeah, I forgot. Never mind. Right, we're going to change this to canola now. We're going to do this one as canola, I think. So yeah, the helper can go off and do that. It's going to run out of fertiliser though, so we will need to get some over here. Or just refill from the silo, probably. There is some at the shop. We could go and fetch them with this tractor here, actually. We'll go and get them because there's a few bags of fertiliser over at the shop. So what I'll do is I'll go and get those bags of fertiliser, bring them over to the drill, and then we'll get the rolling started. We'll use the Unimog on the roller, I think, because that's in the yard. Well, we could use this one, but this is more my sort of odd job tractor, sort of livestock, chickens, that sort of thing. So I'm trying to keep it there. Oh, there's a bag of fertiliser there, that's good. But yeah, we'll go and get the ones from the shop. We've got a few still at the shop, so yeah, go and get them now. as you'll have seen there, the helper did run out of fertiliser, so what we're going to do is get the helper to start the rolling, and I will go across to the drill and get that refilled with some more fertiliser and get the rest of this field finished, because it's almost done. It almost made it all the way around, but yeah, just not quite. So yeah, we're going to have to refill this with more fertiliser. Luckily we've got them here next to the field, so not too far to go, and we'll get this little bit finished off. Yeah, it's still a shame I didn't bring that fertiliser back from the contract. It's a bit of an annoyance, but never mind. These things happen, and I was sort of focusing on the field discounts and completely forgot about that. Never mind. But it is always frustrating when that sort of thing happens. Still raining, but the forecast is now showing that there is some sun on the way, so that's always a positive thing. But we may move time on because I am getting a bit fed up with the rain. Hopefully the next month will be a bit better, because it's rained most of September, and we get the last field to harvest as well, the soybeans. It'd be nice to get them harvested fairly soon, because they are still growing and they need to be harvested fairly soon. So yeah, we'll get that done maybe today if there's time. There's not too much more drilling to do at the moment, just this one, and then well, we've got the two big fields over the other side of the road, but one of them at least will be drilled next year, I would imagine. We don't need to get them all drilled before Christmas or winter time. Uh-oh, we're going to cause problems here. Let's move away, let's let the helper go. Luckily that's starting with the up and down. It's going to do the headlands last, which gives me time to get this last little bit finished off. So yeah, I'll just finish off this last little bit on a time lapse, and then I'll work out what we're doing next. Okay, all done. This field here, before we can plant it, it has got damage, which I think the only way to fix that is by cultivating the field, or ploughing it, deep cultivating or ploughing. So we need to do that, and I could just do the areas which are affected, I suppose. It just depends whether I decide to put soybeans in that field next or not, because it was canola last time. I'm thinking that could be the soybean field this year, next year, for next harvest. And this one will be possibly barley, I would think, because that was wheat and soybeans last time, or canola. But then of course that hasn't been harvested yet, and I think we've run out of time for canola, unless we can do it in this spring, which we can now. Yes, we can. We can do spring canola now, so that's useful. So yeah, what we might do then is canola in this field and soybeans in that field. That doesn't leave as much wheat though. But we have got quite a bit in storage still from last harvest, 61,000 litres, so that might be enough to get us through to harvest, and we might be able to buy one of these other fields. Or I could keep it as a split field, I suppose. But yeah, either way though, that needs to be cultivated to destroy the damage, or get rid of the damage. So we need to get hold of a deep cultivator, and that one will do the job. I think that's the cheapest or best value one for the horsepower requirement, so we will lease that. We're not going to buy it because we only need it for this field. £1,500 to fix the damage. There we go. So yeah, we'll jump into the tractor and we'll put the drill away, because we won't need that again today, and then we'll go and pick up that cultivator from the shop and get those damaged areas fixed. I might though get that, like I said, because it's going to be soybeans next, I'm going to plan on doing that field as soybeans. That will need to be planted, and to plant the field we will need to cultivate it all first anyway, so I might as well just get the helper to do that. I'll just start the helper going on that field with this tractor and get the whole field cultivated with the deep cultivator. I will just make sure though that it is going to work with that cultivator, because that would be a disaster if I get the whole field done and it doesn't fix the problem with the damage. I'm hoping it will. Also just repaired this tractor, you'll have seen there quickly on the time lapse. This tractor has now been fully repaired, so I'll keep it going for a bit more time. So yeah, I'll head up to the field now, or get to the shop and pick up the cultivator and then head up to the field. Oh dear, there seems to be a bit of an issue again. Let's see if we can get past this lot. So as you've seen there, we've managed to get another contract in today, so this is another one for Walter, so hopefully that will bring us up to, I think it'll be 20% hopefully on the contract, on the discount on the contracts, so we'll see what we get there. This is about to finish, hopefully. I think that's the last bale. There we go, yeah, 20% discount on future farmland purchases. So we can now complete that contract. We've got a decent amount for that as well, 16,300, so that's not too bad. There we go, and that will bring us to, what's this, £83,200 discount on that field. In fact, can we even buy that? Yes, we can. Wow. So it'll be 333 for that field, so we could buy it now. The only thing that's putting me off is that it's got a crop of sugar beet in it, which, yeah, it would need to be cultivated in, I think, because it would just be too much work to harvest that. It's a bigger field than it looks. That's a big field, so I don't particularly want to harvest that. You see that, there's a good comparison. This is smaller, this field, and this has been cultivating for quite a while, which is a much faster job than sugar beet lifting. And in all that time, it's done probably, what, half the field? Around that, if you don't include, or if you include the headlands that haven't been done yet. It's about half done, so yeah, it's quite a big field, and this is a bigger field as well. This is 13.8, and this one is 10.8, so yeah, it's 3 acres bigger. Also a more awkward shape as well, but it is close to the yard. I would like to get that field as well. It's a decent soil type, so that will be for the future, probably maybe next time. But if we do buy it before the crop's gone, we will have to cultivate that in and get it drilled with a different crop, because I just don't want to lift that much sugar beet. It's too much. Yeah, I don't know. Well, let me know your thoughts, but I don't think I'll be doing it if I do buy it. Anyway, I'm really pleased with how it's ended up today. We've done pretty well. If we get one more contract in, we'll get it even cheaper as well, so that's another reason to wait. So maybe do one more contract next time and get it even cheaper. But yeah, we're going to leave it there. We'll just finish off by looking at how the helper's getting on over here with the cultivating. So yeah, we're going to end it there. I really hope you've enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.